On today's installment of Storage Unit Stories, let's talk about my tattoos. This probably gonna take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts for me to break them all the way down. If you want to hear the story, and you're gonna have to tell me in the comment section. But somebody asked me, why do I have all of these tattoos? And I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait to tell you. Because this is the silliness that comes with a series of very unfortunate, interesting events that is my life. Where do I start the story, though? Where do I start the story? Let's start it right where it needs to be started at. I got out of prison for the second time, and I went and pulled up on my mama, and just so happened I didn't have a shirt on, because when it's hot outside, man, I don't put no shirt on. I don't care that I got extremely large burn on my stomach. I'll tell y'all that story too. I got an extremely large burn on my stomach and all of that, man. I ain't got no problem not wearing a shirt, man. I will not wear a shirt, right? So I went and pulled up on my mama, and my mother told me that the 9 tattoos that I had at the time were an eyesore. And I didn't really understand what she meant by it, so we kind of went back and forth on it for a few minutes, and then my mother told me that I should start paying attention when I meet people that don't know me in real life and they see my tattoos. Just watch they eyes, because they eyes gonna jump from tattoo to tattoo like they trying to read me, which is kind of the reason why my tattoos are like they are. But that's a later story that we'll talk about on a whole nother occasion. But you're gonna have to tell me if you want me to tell you. So my mother broke it down for me that they were eyesores. I left, man, went doing what I was doing, but I started paying attention to what she was saying. I pulled back up on my mama on a later date, and we had a conversation again, because it's still hot outside and I still don't have a shirt on. And my mother is like, man, listen, you need to do something about that. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do, mama? Right? I got the tattoos. What you want me to do? She told me I had 2 choices in the matter, but I only really had 1 choice. Got to break this down for you. I could get the tattoos laser removed and not have any tattoos on myself. Or I could fill in all of the empty space with something else to make sure when somebody, you know what I'm saying, be checking out my tattoos, I can literally catch them staring at me, which would make for good conversation. Now, when I say she said I only had 1 choice for real, this is why. I had a tattoo of my father, RIP, and my grandfather on my RIP arm. When I start breaking down my tattoos, you're going to find out all of this little information that I'm giving you right now. But I had my father and my grandfather on my RIP arm, and my mama told me that under no circumstance in life would I ever cover up anything that got my father or my grandfather on it. So I only really had 1 choice in the matter. I needed to fill in the space, and that's what I did. I'm talking about, boy, I filled it in. But while I was filling it in, that's an even sillier story. I didn't really know what I wanted except for a whole bunch of words, because my mama said that when people was looking at my tattoos, they was kind of reading me, so I should make it easy for them to read me. Did I tell you I come with a warning? I want to show y'all all my tattoos, but it's not really going to look good with me holding the camera, right? Or me trying to put the camera somewhere and this, that, and the third, because I'm not going to be able to see what is being recorded. So I'm going to figure it out, though. Sometime in the process of telling y'all these stories about my tattoos and what they mean to me, or why I got them, or when I got them, or who I was with when I got them, you will get it. Right? You know what I'm talking about? But I'm going to find somebody. I wanted it to be somebody's daughter. I ain't even finna hold you. Right? I wanted somebody's daughter to be in a good relationship with me, and we could go through my tattoos and all of that, and I could tell her what they meant, and we could take some time out our day and record it so I could pass that little information on to y'all. But you already know I don't have a girlfriend. Right? And it's depressing. right? Because I want to be loved. I want to be loved. Now, I don't know how the woman that I'm going to get into a relationship is going to feel about me having 6 of my exes tattooed on my side. But in my mind, if she is the woman for me, she is going to completely understand why I got the tattoo. And she going to laugh at it every time. And she going to, I ain't gonna tell you that part. I'm gonna keep that part to myself. I'm gonna keep that part to myself because in my mind, the woman for me is gonna be on the type of time that I really want her to be on. So we gonna have the type of time that we are really supposed to have, and that's just kind of gonna be what that's gonna be. But just to sum this up right fast, man, I got all of these tattoos because my mama told me to. I couldn't remove the tattoos that I had so I could have a blank palette, and the only other thing that I could do was fill in the space. So I kind of then filled in the space. I haven't all the way filled it in, but I didn't kind of all the way filled it in, right? Like, I don't really have any big patches. I have a whole shirt. I know I wear long sleeves 85% of the time. That's why. And it's another thing that I can't not forget to mention while I'm telling y'all about these tattoos and why I got them, because my mama told me to. That's just kind of that on that, right? But when she was telling me to get all of these tattoos, she also told me that I could not put a tattoo above my collar, my neck, or my face until I'm a millionaire. I have to put up $1 million before I could ever get a tattoo right here where when I'm looking into a camera, you could see it. I don't know why she did that. But at the time, though, I got tattoos behind my ears. I have my grandmother's name behind my left ear, and I have my mother's initial behind my right ear. And the story behind that, real quick and simple, to show you how meaningful some of my tattoos are. My grandmother's name was Georgia. My mama's name was Edna. They initials are behind my ears because in my lifetime, there was the only 2 women that could tell me anything. There was the only 2 women that could tell me stop doing what I was doing, and I would stop. Them the only 2 women that could, you know what I'm saying, make me do anything at any given point in time, in the day, night, in between, meantime, or all of that. My mama and my grandmama, they was like gods to me. My other grandmother too, right? But she lived in Kansas City. I didn't see her much at all because that's another story, but I'm not even gonna start telling that one yet because that little subject is still tender to my family, right? But yeah, that's it, right? That's the sum total of my tattoos. I hope I wasn't really rambling because I don't want to get too much away, right? I got a whole bunch of tattoos because my mama told me that I needed to fill in the space. So I filled in the space. I'm talking about I really filled in the space. And I filled in the space with things that are actually meaningful to me, so much so that I have so many words tattooed on me that I am definitely not hard to read. Have a good day and you be safe.